This video was prepared by 4Pro, a company focused on advancing player performance through individualized tactical coaching.
Welcome to a Patreon exclusive episode of the KickBack FC. This is your go-to spot for unfiltered, real talk, all things soccer. Here we've got it all. We're breaking down the biggest moments, the hottest takes, and everything that you need to stay plugged into the world's game. We'll even tap into some other sports from time to time because if it's big in sports, we've definitely got some thoughts on it. Whether this is your first episode with us or you've been rocking with us from the jump, just want to again say thank you to all of our friends and supporters here at the Sycamore here in Columbus. You know, it's another one, man. It's another one. Selam, how you feeling tonight?
Feel good, man. Feel really good. Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champions, best team in the world, all that. Jackson Smith and Jigba and them, man. Gabriel, how are you?
I've been better, man. I can't even lie. Today's not the day. Arsenal pissed me off today, so that's where we at. Mike, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Last episode, Patreon exclusive. How about you, Cornelius? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. It's like I was saying just this past weekend, you know, Champions League is back. You know, USL is starting. NWSL will be starting here soon. MLS starts this weekend. You know, by the time this episode comes out, those first MLS games will be done. So everything's kind of in full swing, at least here in North America, you know, and we're getting to the later stages of these domestic tournaments all over Europe as well. So it's been good, man. It's been fun to sit back and actually start talking real football now that it's getting deep into the season. You know what I'm saying? This is the episode where we do our finals predictions. But, you know, before we get into that, we want to talk about our players of the year thus far because it is, you know, mid-February. You know, we're embarking on March here. The weather is about to get a lot warmer. And, you know, this is where the going gets tough, to be honest. This is the last third of the season, pretty much. And so we didn't say necessarily had to be from our team. You know, mine actually is not a Chelsea player, my player of the season thus far. But I'll actually start with Selam. I'll start to my left. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see if it's a player from your team or if it's, you know, a player that you think has just risen to the occasion this season. But who is your player of the season thus far?
I would say someone who is on my team. I said this in our weekly episode, I think last week and the week before, but Bruno Fernández is my player of the season so far for my team. Now, I think he would be in the conversation for player of the season of the league if we were in a higher position, but because of where we are in the league, obviously that docks him a lot of points, but 6 goals, 12 assists on the season. He leads the league in assists. You know, we start and stop with this guy. He's our captain. He's our leader. He's showing it on the pitch. And now that Carrick is in charge, he's really been, you know, huge for us. So he would be my player of the season for United. I'm going to keep it strictly to my team. Another person who I think deserves a shout out is Lammens, the goalkeeper. I think ever since he came into the picture, you know, the whole question about who's United's number one is kind of out the question now. So he's a young guy that I think could be, you know, good for a very long time. And, you know, that's a position now where I don't even look at. I just know he's back there and I'll sit through the mistakes because, you know, I know what he provides for the team. So those are my two.
Bruno Fernández.
No, I like the Lammens shout, though. I really respect that guy. He's turned your team around just instantly as far as clean sheets. I don't know if Onana even had any of those last year.
I can't believe you guys had Onana, man.
You know,
oh, my
it's
gosh.
like,
He's trying to come back.
No, he's cooked.
Not to United. All right, we go right down the list. Mike, who you got as your player of the season?
It's a tough one. For my team, it's definitely either Caicedo or Joao Pedro. But I'm going to go Caicedo because, I mean, this season, he looks like Conte. He looks like Makalele. He looks like Essien, all put together.
Gosh,
come on, man.
The red cards,
Best
I can't give him that.
Midfield
Because of the red cards,
best midfield in the league,
you.
in my opinion. But have no complaints with this guy.
Somebody
he can do
throw a
everything. I'm sorry, but Caicedo is the player of the season for me, at least for Chelsea. For the league, you guys are probably not going to like this one. Igor Tiago.
That's a good one.
That's my guy. Vintage striker, man. We've missed strikers like this in the Premier League. Darren Bent. Just big guys that can just bully you and do the thing, man. Second in goals. Literally second in goals in the league. I didn't know who Igor Tiago was. I didn't. Did y'all?
No,
I didn't. So for me, I feel like he's announced himself. We had a lot of big signings. Gyökeres came in. Šeško came in. Who else?
Voltemade,
Delap, all these guys.
Ekitike, technically.
Ekitike and Isak. And he's the only one that's actually doing it. And we didn't even know who this guy was. So Igor Tiago is, for me, Premier League Player of the Year.
That's a good shout.
That's fair. I can't stand my shout because he plays for the Ops right now, but he didn't start there, so that's not what I'm going off of. But Antoine Semenyo is my player of the season so far.
That's crazy.
I think he single-handedly carried Bournemouth through most of the season until he got the January transfer. 13 goals, four assists in not all competitions, but I believe just in the Prem this year. And you felt his impact on Bournemouth. You know, that's been plenty of times that honestly I turned on Bournemouth just to watch him. And usually he delivers, whether it's a goal or an assist, and in big moments too, not only for Bournemouth but for City this season since he's been on their team. I mean, usually it takes players to settle in, especially wingers, you know, to settle into that City team. And this guy walked in and immediately started performing. You can't say the same for, you know, guys like Grealish. You can't say that for Doku. You can't say that for Marmoush. You can maybe make a case for Cherky a little bit, but it still took him some time. You know, Sterling, Sane, you can go down the list of City wingers that, you know, it took time for them to settle in. I feel like this guy just walked in and has been, you know, performing since. So shout out to Antoine Semenyo, man.
I did want to say Marmoush was scoring when he got there, though. Remember when De Bruyne was out? Remember?
He scored one goal, and now he's
out. I'm just saying. Remember,
he scored one goal.
That's
man
fair.
scored. He didn't walk into that lineup though.
He had to because De Bruyne was out. Remember, Haaland was out.
Oh yeah,
They needed someone to play.
He wasn't out here doing it like Semenyo though.
No, that's a good shout though, because I knew he was good, but I didn't think that he would be able to walk into the team and like he doesn't look out of place.
Nah, he walked in and immediately got comfortable. So, shout out to him, man. I'm not talking about my team today.
No, that's fair. That's crazy because I just showed Selam. Semenyo was literally right up. I mean, you honestly said everything I was going to say about him, you know, and more. You touched on that perfectly. So no, I had a backup though. I have one for my team, and mine's been somebody who I really haven't given his due respect, but Enzo Fernández.
Like that.
That's one player I feel like he actually took a step up this year. You know, when Cole Palmer went down, he was kind of the next guy up, to be honest, in our team. He took over the penalties situation. He took over, you know, between Maresca and now with his new manager, Rossinier, he kind of took that 8-10 role kind of in stride. Now I think it's a little bit more succinct in what he does. I think he's more offensive now, but he was somebody that stepped up. You know, I never thought he was worth $100 million from the jump.
No.
But this year he's shown that, you know, in big moments he can get goals. We can kind of rely on him to be one of the guys that takes us through, you know, some of these rough patches we've had in our season. You know, 8 goals, 2 assists in the league. Without Cole Palmer this year, we needed somebody to step up. Joao Pedro, yes, he's done that lately since we've gotten this new manager, and he's been more of this, you know, target forward for sure. He's done amazing in 2026, but over the course of our whole season, Enzo has been kind of the guy that we've really had to rely on in absence of Cole Palmer and Reece James. You know what I'm saying? So he's been our captain. He's been our most reliable guy. 25 matches played, 24 started. So yeah, he's been player of the season at least for Chelsea. I would say for the league, my guy Morgan Rogers, balling out of control this year. He wants that World Cup spot, and no one's about to take it from him. Like he just decided this year, I'm gonna go crazy. 8 goals, 5 assists in the league. He has 10 and 7 in all competitions. They're in Champions League as well. I mean, this is a guy who really like stepped up this year. I didn't really think he was gonna look like this, but he's a baller, bro. Like
he started slow too.
I mean, and Tuchel likes this guy. Tuchel really likes this guy. He played him in a lot of the the games they had over this past summer, and he's called him up to I'm pretty sure every single camp. So you could tell he likes this guy. And people were talking about Jude Bellingham, who's injured now. He's probably not going to be in Tuchel's plans. People talked about Cole Palmer, who's coming off injury. I don't know if he starts over Morgan Rogers right now. Wow. To be honest, like if we're being completely honest, coming off injury, if Tuchel's looking at both of them, he's like, how can I take a healthy Morgan Rogers and bench him for a Cole Palmer who might still be dealing with a whatever? So for me, Villa is where they are. They're in third place, but we'll see if they stay there. But I'm just saying right now, he is the guy. He's the guy.
That's right. That show.
Good show. It's a good show.
But yeah, man, that's those are I think I didn't realize we're all gonna besides you do like a team and in general, but I'm glad we did that because I feel like there are a lot of guys that deserve shout outs, but we all had some real good ones. I like the Igor Tiago.
Man.
Yeah, no, my team Arsenal, man. I could pick one, but
no, I feel it. But yeah, man, so obviously this is the first time we've all been able to sit down since, 2 out of the 3 teams of sitting at this table of the teams we support have actually switched managers within probably 72 hours of each other. Chelsea went ahead and went with Liam Rossinior. LR, shout out. Ryan Leslie, a.k.a. And, Super Michael Carrick has started to save the day over at Manchester United. So we'll start with you, man, because your team is currently sitting higher than ours on the table. But it's crazy because you've been Ruben out. You've been Ammer out for a minute. So I would say you gave him 3 or 4 games at the top of the year. I don't remember when you actually went public with it, but it was early in the season. It's been early in the season. So I want to start with you because you guys have looked completely different team, total 180. I mean, Kobe Mainu is now on the field, and he's showing that when he's in an offensive position, in a forward position, he can be one of the best players on a pitch. But yeah, like we're honestly able to like look at each other in the face and talk that talk. So talk that talk, bro. What's good with Carrick?
He's a lot better than Amram. And you guys know too, like I've tried to give every manager that we've had the benefit of the doubt from everybody. But Amram, I could tell very quickly that we were not going to get the support that he needed for us to be competitive. He wasn't going to get the backing like he probably thought he deserved. But Carrick has been a breath of fresh air, man. The 5 games that he's been in charge, I mean, we've collected 13 points, and we needed all 13 of those points.
Yeah. Like,
look where we are on the table. I think we're only a point or 2 ahead of where you guys are. So, it speaks to, how competitive that, 3 to, at one point it was like, 3 to 10th place?
Yeah.
It's like 3 to 8 now. 3 to 9.
3 to 8. So now it's 3 to 8. But we needed all those 13 points. We could have made it 15, but, West Ham got a point from us. But I think he's been a breath of fresh air, a lot better than what we had before. I think I said this in our, weekly episodes, but he makes a very good case for himself for the options that are there domestically. And domestically, I mean in England. I know that, a lot of people are out of jobs, but like I know De Zerbi recently just got released.
Thomas Frank.
stay far away from those guys. stay far away from those guys. No, absolutely. Like the person that we would need to bring in would be someone who is head and shoulders like better than all these options. And for me, it's still Luis Enrique. I still think like aside from Pep and a few of the name brand guys,
Klopp.
like
Klopp's not going anywhere in the Prem. No.
But yeah, Klopp's not going to come back. Yeah. So when you look at everybody else, it's like Luis Enrique is the only one that I think could come in and take a job like United and push us forward.
I saw a Nagelsmann rumor.
I mean that's another guy too, where it's like this guy. You're a young guy. It didn't work. It didn't work out for you in Bayern, and like you're coming into this new league. Like I'm kind of like cool on that. Really, when you look at the players that we brought in too, like Cunha and Buemo, the guys that are performing, where were they playing? These are guys that have been playing well in this league. So I just think that we need to continue building. And obviously we'll have some anomalies like Lammens. I don't know where Lammens played at Antwerp, but I think we need guys that are acclimated to the Prem. And Carrick has been great for us. I can't speak highly enough for him. I don't want to get overboard and give him the job as quickly as we did for Ole, but I really think that this situation is different from the Ole situation. This guy is a much better manager. He's had, an opportunity to go prove it elsewhere at, I think, Middlesbrough and, wherever else he was. So I hope it continues. Like I said on our weekly episodes, by the international break, I think we should have enough of a sample size to figure out if he's going to be in the mix.
Yeah. I just my main thing has always been like managers' jobs are to put players in the best position and put their team in the best position to win. And like it's crazy to me because I'm not trying to, this isn't like a diss to Carrick, but it's like he's just doing the simple thing. It's really not, I'm sorry, it's not that complicated. Like if you the more complicated you make it, like the worse off you will be. And I feel like Eminem just try to overcomplicate it way too much and implement a style that after a month and a half, if you want to call it 2 months, 8 matches, we knew that just it wasn't gonna work, bro. And kudos to him. Obviously, like he has shown that, when putting these group of players in the proper places, they can really perform, bro. United had a tiki-taka moment. What was it against City?
Yeah.
In the left side, and I'm looking like,
ball over City.
I'm like, bro,
that game was weird.
What are they doing? I was like, I haven't seen United pass like this in 5 years, bro.
Bruno,
just
Bruno,
this
Cunha,
bouncing
Bruno.
the ball, like that's but it just goes to show, like, obviously, to do this, you need to put these players in the right positions, and Carrick has done that extremely well. Obviously, bringing Menu back was very, very key to this entire operation as well. So, man, shout out to him. I mean, we could have done this. Emery could have done this on FIFA and realized that.
And you tried to do Menu the way you did.
Yeah,
World Cup here, man. I really feel for him, man.
Yeah.
Think about it. Last Euros, you were playing starting in big games.
I know.
And then you have this opportunity here where this new manager is Tuchel. If I'm Tuchel, I don't have enough of a sample size to assess you over some of the other options that I have.
Yeah.
And you're probably, I won't say my best option, but you're probably amongst the midfielders that I would pick to take on the trip with me this summer. But yeah, man, shout out to Carrick, bro.
Yeah, man.
I think by the game he's making Amarum look like an amateur. I'm sorry, but
100%.
Like Gabriel said, it's simple. He's made it look simple. Like he hasn't done anything complicated. So what was the problem?
Listen, I always say this: common sense isn't common, bro.
Yeah,
it's real. Yeah. Like it's not common. Any one of us at this table would have not played in the 3-back. Anyone at this table would have said Manu needs to be on the pitch at the same time that Bruno's on the pitch. Like what? These are just dumb things. Like it's not that complicated, bro. Like I don't. Yeah. If this is what Men's is getting paid millions to do, this makes me think I can go do what he does. Cause like, bro, it's not hard.
I will say the one thing that he did right. He got right was I think he got a lot of guys out. And I think
100%.
that it came with a lot. And I think where things started to really separate with him, and this would be the last thing I said, was it was a power struggle, because he's trying to implement this whole new like atmosphere, this culture. I'm getting rid of some of these other guys and trying to build something here. Give me my new guys. And we're also approaching an era in football where the manager doesn't have as much control as they used to. So
that's true.
You just kind of have to fall in line.
Or you have to
build that trust.
Yeah, you have to build that trust. Like Sir Alex built the trust. I think you can say to this point, Arteta has built the trust to bring guys in and signings and this and that and the third. Pep has that trust. Whoever Pep wants, he's gonna go get, and he's gonna make a case for them to be in the squad. So you have to. You can't just. You're not just gifted that. That has to be built and earned over time for you to have that kind of Klopp. Another one, have that type of control. And I'm sorry, you did a great job at Sporting, but no one ever thought of you as a Klopp coming into this United job to say, "Oh, I can just go and grab whoever I need him. Go and get him." Like, nah, this ain't that, bro.
Hey, a lot of people did very well at Sporting.
Hey,
a lot of people did well at Sporting.
Man.
I know.
Let's get past this next one so we can get to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, man. So, Chelsea was the other team to go ahead and switch up in the new year. And, we went with the guy that was part of the Blue Coast system over at Strasbourg in France.
Liam.
Mike, I'm going to start with you, man, because we started to talk a little bit about it, the last time we did our weekly episodes a few episodes ago. But, we've had some ups, we've had some downs, we've had some frustrating matches. We've gotten a good sample size of him now, whether it be in Europe or in, one of these cup matches. How do you feel about what he's trying to do and what he's done so far?
So far what I've seen, the differences between Maresca and Liam Rossigna is that Maresca was too, how would I put it? It was too rigid with...
That's crazy. That's the exact word I was thinking. I was like, rigid.
He did not want his guy. He wanted everybody to be in the position he wants them in. Kind of like Pep. When Pep is doing something, he wants you to do what he wants you to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to go try other things. Do what I'm asking you to do. And I think that's what Maresca, his style of play was when he was here. I think we have a video I want to kind of go through a little bit to show the differences between those two. So if you look at the Real Betis game, everybody is pretty much where they're supposed to be, right? Cole Palmer is pulling all the strings. There's not a lot of passes going around. He's literally pulling all the strings. Everybody's where they're supposed to be, and he finds them. But what happens? When Cole Palmer is not able to find you, then it seems like nothing is able to, we can't score. We can't figure anything out. So with Maresca, it's more about be where you need to be, and Cole is going to find you. Cole is going to pull the strings, and he's going to find you. Look at how organized we really look. But that's the thing, too, though. With, like, young teams, it gets difficult sometimes with guys being where they're supposed to be. Sometimes you want to play a little free. You can't do that. But with a senior, you can see how these guys are playing freely. And I think you can also, like, touch on that a little bit because I've seen you, you've watched the games.
Yeah.
What are some of the differences you see in those two managers?
What I like about Rossigna is you can tell he has this young, energetic, ready to go attitude. Oh, I didn't even know we had the clip up, but
it's the same.
Yeah, this is the same clip.
Yeah, if you want to switch the clip.
Shout out to our producer Daniel.
Yeah, shout out Danny. Shout out Danny on the beat. Yeah, I was just gonna. Honestly, I was gonna keep talking before Danny gets the clip up about the differences because I think that Rossigna, like I said, you could tell he has a young, energetic attitude. He wants to go at these teams, and I think what he does a lot quicker is as soon as we get the ball, no matter where we get the ball, one of our outside backs is inverting. Usually it's Cucurella, on the left, flying up the left flank. As soon as we get the ball, we essentially turn into a 3-back, sometimes even a 2-back. If you want to show this clip, Danny, yeah, we can go now. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. As soon as we get the ball, you already see Malo Gusto inverting into the mid so now he's essentially one of our central midfielders. So now we have, this 3-back where Sanchez is kind of like a sweeper keeper, and we kind of lull the defense, right? Because now that we have an overload in the mid, they can't press us. If somebody wants to step up and press, there's already a hole in the middle. So you see here with 2 quick passes, we can turn. We have great center midfielders. We have Caicedo. We can go up the field. Same thing this time. As soon as we get the ball, we're starting to just build through the middle. And I think this is where it's a little bit different. We don't necessarily have to rely on Cole Palmer. See how high up the pitch he is? We're like, Cole, we'll get you the ball, fam. We don't need you to come drop 10, 15 feet deep, 10, 15 yards deep to take the space. We need you to stay up there in the attacking third where you're the most dangerous. Yeah. So as soon as we get the ball, we invert, whether it's Gusto on the left, whether it's Cucurella on the left, whether it's Reece James on the right. We're getting an extra guy in the midfield, and we have the athletes, bro. Like,
I think oh, gosh, sorry.
No, I was going to say you weren't here this past weekend, but, Fofana has looked great since he's been back. He's very athletic. There's, there's a lot of instances where he gets the ball and he'll drive the ball 15, 20 yards because he can. He's athletic and he has enough comfortability that if I do lose the ball or make a mistake in the midfield, I can get back. So for me, it looks a lot quicker and it looks a lot more energetic.
Fluid? Would you say
I wouldn't say fluid necessarily.
No, it is. It 100% is. Because even like one of the main differences, I agree, it's definitely more free flowing, 100%. And I feel like
I would say free flowing, yes, but that not necessarily fluid. Like sometimes the passes don't connect.
Nah, I agree, but
it's definitely more free flowing.
I still say fluid though, just because I feel like the confidence that like Liam instills in your team, players feel they feel that they can take a touch, just do things out of the ordinary, like
freedom
against Maresca.
They
like
freedom
they're in that last clip, there on the first time that Caicedo got the ball and turned.
Yeah,
if we can go back, like even in this clip, right? Like yes, beforehand you guys weren't even doing this as much, and it didn't look as free flowing. But I would say right here when it's the setup, and no, sorry, you can keep going straight. Yeah. So even in this build-up, he's going to play the ball. You're trying to just figure out the defense. He's going to play the other center back, right? And then they're going to play the right back. And then in just about 2 seconds, you can pause it. You see right here, even beforehand, Caicedo, a lot of the times Caicedo isn't taking that touch and opening up.
He has a whole
and he has
space
he has a whole space to now turn and go.
Yeah.
Beforehand, I don't feel like players felt the comfortability to, take a player on with a touch and open up their hips and, take that risk, because there is risk in opening up in the midfield like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like there wasn't that confidence beforehand. Like that's what stuck out to me in this clip.
There was a lot of side to side.
Yeah, passes. A lot of side to side passes. Like even that pass going from, I think that's is that Reece James back there? That was
Gusto.
That was Gusto. Yeah, even Gusto coming here, and then you can continue to play the clip, because that touch a lot of times doesn't happen. Even in this clip, I feel like, and it'll take a little bit of time, because again, just passing through the back, kind of finding that space. As you mentioned, Cole Palmer doesn't have to come deep all the time and come pick up the ball. You're so comfortable letting your your midfielder sit, especially your makeshift midfielder. And then we do this. Arsenal does this. We have our center defensive mids literally come out the middle and play as an extra center back, as an extra right back, as an extra left back. You guys didn't do that in the past, and it wasn't as free flowing and as fluid. It was very rigid, back and back forth, and then one would pop, and then it's like it's too late.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like that's one of the bigger differences that I've seen. I feel like players are a lot more confident in the touches that they have, and just taking more risk. Like you can't take as much risk in a Maresca squad, a Pep squad per se. I feel like now Pep is a little bit more lenient in his later years, but I feel like this Liam gives them he's a young guy, man. He's one of the cool guys.
He for sure gives them the confidence to go. And I like I said, I think that's why João Pedro has been who he's been, because now he's allowed to not just be the target 9. He's allowed to drop a little bit deeper and get the ball on his feet and force these fouls. You got to think about it. Like he's drawn 4 penalties in the last couple of games. And it's strictly because he's getting the ball and he's allowed to use his Brazilian, bro. Like he's gonna be on the ball a little bit, just annoyingly too much, to where you think you can get him, and then it's So for me, allowing the players to be themselves is probably one of the biggest things I see, and just we want to attack. He started off with one of his pressers saying, "I want to score in the first 5 minutes," and everybody looked at him crazy, and I was like, all right. But you can see that we want to get up the pitch a lot quicker. And with the athletes that we have, with the young team that we have, second youngest team in the league? Youngest team in the league?
The youngest in the league, second.
I think it's like 24, 23 and a half. Let's go at everyone. We're athletic. We're young. We have people that want to take players on. Let's just go. So I think it just benefits our personnel right now. And he understands that. So it's been good, man.
It seemed like it was going to be an interesting hire, but so far, I'm okay with it.
Yes.
I'm fine with it. He's young. They seem to be buying in. The players feel like they have some freedom. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I think this is a guy we can get behind.
Yeah.
Like I said from the jump, this is kind of his honeymoon phase through the end of the season. Just show me what you can do, boss, because next year is going. Yeah, there are going to be real expectations on your jacket. So I kind of want to just, and look, I like the guy again. Chelsea with a black coach, bro. Yeah. This is crazy.
This is different from.
This is a new era. Like that's, bro. Never in my wildest dream would I thought that this a young black manager who's played in the Prem, whose dad also was. He has some pedigree. Like, this is cool. Just as a fan, like, this is dope. During Black History Month, like, this is actually dope to see. We just were talking about how there isn't enough representation, and for Chelsea to go ahead and go out on a limb for this guy, I'm like, yo, okay, I gotta get behind it. You know what I'm saying? So it's been fun to see, and I really have high hopes for him. But I at the same time, I hope he does well for Chelsea, and I hope he stays here long. Because if he is the guy, people gonna want to snatch him up. So I hope he does see the project that he can build here and make something of it. But we'll talk a little bit more about Chelsea as we get into the nitty gritty, man. We got to talk about our end of the season predictions. We were all told to come with our top 6, who we think would finish in those top 4 spots, shoe in for Champions League 100%, and then 5 and 6 in the Premier League always get a European, whether it be Premier or the Champions League or Europa League. But we'll start again with Selam to my left. We'll go top 6, and then who you think will be relegated in the bottom 3.
I ain't gonna lie, the bottom 3, I have no interest. You are there for a reason. I'll start with my top 6. Actually, no, it's just loaded. I'll start with my bottom 3. Very easy for me. Wolves. What happened? What happened this season? This is historically.
Just to run through it. We'll discuss that.
Yeah, Wolves, see ya. Burnley, see ya. And you know what? Forest, see ya. You deserve it.
Those are my 3 as well.
From the ones that you, from what you did this year. But my top 6, starting at 6, I have Liverpool. Starting at 5, I have, not starting at 5. At 5, I have Aston Villa. At 4, I have Chelsea Football Club.
Oh, okay.
At 3, I have Manchester United. At 2, I got Manchester City, and 1, I got Arsenal winning the league.
Wow.
So for me, I just wanted to quickly touch on my top 6 real quick. Liverpool, I agree with you, Gabriel. I don't think that they're the same Liverpool team. They don't seem to have whatever it is, the same power, the same just kind of hope that like traditional, like those Liverpool teams would have. Like they're down, they're tied in the 90th minute, and they would just find a goal. I just think that they're better than all the other teams that they're competing with. So I'm going to go with Liverpool at 6. Hopefully the English teams do well in the Champions League, and that could open up an opportunity for them at 5. But at 5, I have Aston Villa. I think it was a great run. I think it was a good season. But I just think that the other teams that you're competing against are better than you at the moment. And I said this last week. I think when they look bad, they look bad. And I think Chelsea have a deeper team than them. I like the additions of Tammy Abraham and Leon Bailey. Hopefully that they can, come and, keep them afloat. But just kind of like Liverpool, I just think that, or I'm sorry, the reason why I think Liverpool will finish at 6, I just think Villa, the other teams are just better than you guys. 4, Chelsea. I mean, I just, I needed 6 teams. And kinda, where everyone else kind of fit. This is where you kind of laid. I do think you guys will finish above Liverpool, and I think you guys will finish above Villa. It's going to take a lot of work, but I'm really optimistic on what I see with Rosinha. I think you guys have something.
Rosinha.
Yeah, Rosner. Yeah. At 3, I have Manchester United. I mean, listen, if we sacked Ruben Amorim a little bit sooner, who knows? If we win this weekend, and based off of what happened today, only 10 points off the Premier League leaders. But no, in all seriousness, this has been a good season for us. For us to finish where we finished last year, and then for us to finish, or even to be where we are right now currently, I think is major progress. I did want to credit Mike. Mike was the only one that, to Mike's credit, he was the only one that had Manchester United in there, aside from me, in their top 5.
Top 6.
Top 6.
You want to name him on 6?
Nah, you. I remember what you said. Which I need apologies from the both of you guys.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll wait till
The
the
season's
season.
not over.
Yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You said. I remember what you remember. What you said?
Fear the beard.
Fear of the beard. Yeah, I do. But you said we wouldn't finish in the top 6. You don't think we would finish in the top 8. That's what you said. You said we would finish where we finished last season.
With Ruben, you were heading in that direction.
That's fair.
I can't foresee, but I knew with that guy, you guys were not destined to. He's too stubborn. Like from the jump, I knew that he was not the guy for y'all.
That's fair.
He was just too thirsty when he came from Sporting, but
Sporting.
It's fair.
There's a lot of thirst guys from Sporting. Shit.
Wow.
But yeah, a lot of thirst. Yeah. But no, I mean, like, had Ruben Amorim been out a lot sooner, who knows? But Manchester City, I don't even really want to touch on City. I just think Arsenal, to me, I have winning the league because they have the best defense, and I think obviously, like, they drop points today on the day that we're recording. They drop points to Wolves, but I just don't see them. I have way more confidence in their backline than Manchester City's, and I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think City can score. But I also think Arsenal can score too. They may not be firing at probably the rate of their potential, but I think that they can get there. I don't think that Manchester City can replicate a defense like Arsenal can. They can score, but you need...
and Diaz?
Gahey
and Diaz?
No. Why?
Can't really take yourself seriously.
That was
And
nuts.
spit out your own drink.
Yeah.
My goodness.
But yeah, no, let's try to get around.
Yeah, but that's my 6.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Mike, go ahead.
Starting, are we doing relegation first? Or
Yeah, might as well get it out the way.
All right, so for relegation, I have Wolves going down, I have Burnley going down, and I have Nottingham Forest going down. Because, all right, we'll talk about that later. Top 6. I have City at 1.
Oh, damn. You starting at 1. Okay.
Or should I go?
No,
that's up to you.
You already
You
started, man. Let's go. Let's
All right.
go.
I got City at 1. Arsenal at 2. Chelsea at 3. United at 4.
Wow.
Liverpool 5. Aston Villa 6. And hey, man, I can't really explain it all to you, but City at 1, you already know what it is. City at 1. Hey, I just don't think Arsenal can hold up City. I just don't see it. And the result today, you already know. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I think Arsenal is good enough. I just don't think their manager is good enough to win them the league. That's why I have them at 2. Chelsea, I think we've been good all year. We just haven't been consistent. We haven't finished games. And I think we're in the right direction with Rossini. So 3rd for me is very doable. United at 4. I believe, man. I believe. I really believe. The guys they have, Wemo, Cunha, these guys have been playing well. United is a top 4 team, guys. It's the reality. We have to face it. They're going to finish top 4. Liverpool at 5. I just feel like Villa is just not good enough, in my opinion, to finish above Liverpool. Even though this Liverpool team hasn't been the same, I feel like they've still been, getting results. And I feel like they're getting in their groove a little bit. So that's why I have Liverpool at 5. I think they still go to Europe, man. They're going to go to Europe. And even for how bad they've been this year, I still think this is a pretty good side. They have good personnel. They have good players. I think they can get results at the end of the season to finish above Villa. And then Villa at 6th. It's the Prem, man.
That's it.
It's the Prem. I just don't.
We needed 16.
How do I put it? Football heritage, man. Football heritage. That's what it is. They're not finishing above Liverpool. I just don't see it.
Okay.
That's my top 6.
Interesting.
And the season.
Interesting 6. My bottom 3 is actually, the same. I think we all have the same 2. Wolves and Burnley are both going down. That 3 spot is definitely up for grabs. I was gonna come on here and talk a lot of shit and say Spurs. I'm not gonna do that today. But they're very well.
Yeah. You know what's coming.
But anyway, I think the 3rd is gonna be West Ham. Actually, they've been teetering with this for time.
Wow.
They've been performing as of recent. They've actually been on a pretty good run. But I just don't think they have enough. I don't think Traore coming in is enough. I think Paqueta leaving for them is a huge loss. I don't think their midfield can run. I just don't think they have the squad to stay. So they have to fight back. They have to claw back. They have to get the 3 points over Nottingham Forest. So I'm not sure where they are on goal differential either. I'm not sure whose is better.
Down 4.
You really think?
But yeah, I have a little bit more faith in Nottingham Forest. I think Gibbs White will get them there. And also their worst minus 13 versus minus 17. Aston Villa has minus 17 goal differential, so I think that will play a huge part. But yeah, that's my bottom 3. Top 6. Start with the 6. 6 at Liverpool. That's where I have them. Chelsea at 5. Villa at 4. United at 3. Man City at 2, and Arsenal at 1.
Haters gonna hate.
I think I honestly had 2 teams that were either going to be 5 or 3, and those were between United and Chelsea for me. And the reason I didn't put Chelsea up there, I don't know. There's a little bit of a vibe in this United camp right now. I don't.
That's fair.
I just think that just the way that they are performing, the performance that they've been able to get. Senior came in. I mean, no disrespect, but lost to Arsenal. Like no, serious. No,
That's the only team we've lost.
I agree. But then no, I'm serious. Carrick came in,
beat them, Mike?
won three big matches. And that just kind of was like, oh, that was just kind of eye opening. Not saying Rosenior can't do that, not saying that he won't do that, but it was just eye opening to me. And there's a vibe within that camp. So yeah, I have Chelsea at 5. I have Villa at 4 because I think people are misinterpreting the gap that Villa still has on the top. From Villa to currently United is 5 points. I still think that's a lot of points. And I can see United catching up to them. Obviously, Chelsea can catch up to them too, but I still think Villa will get results. I think they have the manager to do it. I don't think they'll drop out that top 4, and I think Champions League will be a serious goal for them. That Unai Emery will beat into that team. So I think they'll stay top 4. United, like I said, they have a vibe to this camp right now, and also I think they have enough big time players in their squad to get them there. Cunha is a big time, big moment player. Mbuemo, a big time, big moment player. You can even go to say Bruno as well, big time, big moment player who can provide you these game winning goals at any given moment. I don't think Chelsea has that. They have Cole Palmer. That's great.
That's it.
Wow.
But I don't think within their
That's it.
JP who
João Pedro.
Yes,
You talking about Della Camera?
Yeah, I was like,
which just dropped, by the way. JP Della Camera is on all platforms.
So
yeah, no, 100%. Shout out JP Della Camera, man.
He can't help you.
But no, he can't help you with this one. João Pedro, you can. I would put him in that class. Definitely a game changer. But he's just not as big as a player to me as and I like this player a lot. I think, and if I didn't hate your team so much, I would have put him there. I would have put João Pedro as my player of the season so far, because I do have an immense amount of respect for him. But I just don't think your team. I just don't think you guys have enough big time players to get you over the hump. Casemiro, another one, will show up in a big moment. I just don't think you guys have them. And then Man City, I still have Man City at 2. Obviously, with us dropping points is a very amplified today because the gap, if they win their match over the weekend, will be 2 points. But I still firmly believe that they still have to catch us, and also I believe that, we still have to drop 3 more points before they're able to get an advantage on us. They still don't have the advantage. Obviously, it's a lot closer than we'd like it to be. Obviously, we want the gap to be 7 points, but we still have to drop a full match and they have to beat us on goal differential in order for us to take number 1. And I still think that, I still put us in that driver's seat. So I personally think that Arsenal will stay number 1. Obviously, it's tough. It's tougher today, but like I said, man, we still play City before the end of the season. And yeah, I think we'll get the job done. I'm not worried about where we're at in the table. Obviously, today was ridiculous. But I truly think that they have to catch us, and I still think that City has points on the table that they will drop. This isn't the same city as last year, and I think that I don't know if a 14, 15, 16 game run unbeaten streak or just win streak is in their favor. So I have us at number 1, and hopefully bring it home.
That's crazy, man. I'm gonna be quick in mine so we can discuss a little bit with the time that we have left. But bottom 3, Wolves, Burnley, and Nottingham Forest as well. The reason I have Nottingham Forest over West Ham is, a few things actually. When you look at the goals scored, Nottingham Forest has only scored 25 goals in 26 games. Forest has, we talked about it in our weekly episode, but their owner has sacked the manager twice this year. They're averaging a manager in every 60 days. So 3 managers, there's just so much up and down with this team. You don't really know what's going to happen next. I don't think the players feel confident. I don't think the manager going in feels confident, to be completely honest, because he knows he's on the hot seat, clearly. So there's just too much going on, too much turmoil at that team right now. I think it's time for them to go back to the championship and figure it out, to be honest, because this Marinakis guy ain't it. But
who's the manager right now?
I don't even know.
It's some guy they brought. Isn't it the guy they brought from Juve? Or is that?
Oh, okay. So it's an interim.
Yeah.
Probably.
Who knows? Everyone's in a over there.
Who
You're in
knows?
a relegation battle. Who's Tottenham's?
Maybe that's Tottenham's. I can't remember. It's too many managers going around. I really don't know. But my top six, man. My top six. So I'll start from 6 as well. I have Liverpool there, Villa at 5, Chelsea at 4, United at 3, Arsenal at 2, City at 1, baby.
Look at Mike. He said, "I thought I could
yeah,
rely on you."
So yeah, just a piggyback about Liverpool. I feel like everybody kind of has the same sentiment about Liverpool this year. They're just not the same team. I don't know what Arne Slot got wrong. I guess he got too greedy with the bag that he got this year, and then Isak unfortunately went down. I still think there's remnants of Jota within that team still to this day. But yeah, Liverpool, they'll finish in the top 6, but they're not gonna be much higher than that. Just too many ups and downs.
So they're not going to Europe?
I mean, we'll see where it shakes out at. They'll get a Europa League.
Europa?
And they'll just go madness. I actually misspoke earlier. I said Villa was in Champions League. They're actually in Europa League. I think they'll be in 5th place. I know like Gabriel, you looked at the gap and you said the gap is 5 points right now on United, 6 on Chelsea. That's only 2 matches, bro. And when I look at this,
you guys have to win. Like that's my point. But you guys have. That's why I have.
But you gotta think about it. When it comes to look at the last couple of years, Chelsea, through all of our ups and downs, we somehow managed to finish in the top 4. Through all of our ups and downs, and last year we actually had a functional manager for the full season.
Do it again.
I mean, we are like we finna go run it back. We finna run it back. I mean, this is a very similar situation. Obviously there's a lot of differences in how the year's shaken out, but this is a very similar situation in what happened last year this time around. We had a terrible January, February, March. We were about 9 points down from top 4 at around this same time in the season, about 10 to 12 games out. What did we do? We had to go on a run, and we went on a run, and we ended up getting top 4 against all the odds. We had to see the teams that we needed to beat because they were directly above us. We beat Forest, we beat Liverpool, and we beat City, and we beat Nottingham Forest.
United too.
Yeah. So for me, I've seen what this team has been able to do under pressure, and albeit that was a totally different manager, I think this group of guys kind of has that confidence. With some of these new guys that we've brought in, like Joao Pedro, like Andre Santos, they have that confidence. We have a superstar that we could play off the bench or start in Esteval. I have confidence. I've always had confidence in my team. It's a tricky situation this year with this new manager, but I have to look my team in the mirror and say, look, we spent bread on y'all.
Yeah.
We got some guys. You guys, there's no more hiding. There's no more hiding in the shadows, and we have to expect these guys to go on a run. We have to expect this team to look at our manager and have the confidence that he'll set us up right, and then those players go on the pitch and win these games. Mm-hmm. And as a fan base, we have to have the same confidence at home because, like I said in our weekly episode, we've dropped 15 points from winning positions at home.
I was looking at that. We'd be second.
15 points from winning positions at home. That's absurd. So for me, through the rest of the year, we should not lose again at the bridge. And I don't care if it's Europe.
Here we go with this shit.
We
again,
shouldn't.
man.
No, we shouldn't. There's no like that. That has
bridge ain't sweet, and y'all get smacked up over there, man. Stop it with this nonsense, bro.
And we ain't been smacked up at home. That's crazy.
It's been
we haven't been smacked up at home. That's crazy. But my point is, we need to be better at home. It's been the basis of Chelsea. When you're at home, protect the bridge. Like I don't know what else more I have to say about that, but I think Chelsea finishes 4 because the gap isn't that big. Villa has to play Europe as well. They have just about as many games as we do. And like I said, they've been getting these nasty wins. Yeah. They have 37 goals scored. We have 47, the same as United. United and Villa are both plus 10. We're plus 17. Why? Because our defense is just a tiny bit better with Reece James on the pitch. Yeah. It is. It's just a fact. Yeah. If Reece can come back for 10 out of these 12 games, if Cole Palmer can stay healthy through the end of our season, I don't see why we don't finish 4th place. It just makes no sense to me.
Detail. I agree with everything you just said.
United is, I gotta agree with Gabriel, man. Carrick is cooking over there. And as Selam has been preaching to us, they only have 1 game a week, fam. Like if United doesn't go on a run, honestly, that's more of an indictment on Carrick wasn't able to keep it rolling, you know, because he's looked the part since he's gotten there, and all the players that are supposed to be playing well are playing extremely well. I mean, Lissandro, we haven't talked about him getting dunked on in months. Luke Shaw has been playing well. Dalo's been playing decently.
I'm glad you made that point.
And like Harry Maguire, you know, he's in and out of the starting lineup. Sometimes he starts, sometimes he doesn't, but he's been putting in performances. Even through all of his, you know, pseudo mistakes, this team as a unit looks completely better. We knew about the offense. Like if the offense was going to click, it was going to click. But I feel like the defense looks decent. And like Dorgu, you know, was playing well. He got hurt, unfortunately. But this team has been able to pick up the pieces. You know, we're not even seeing Xerxes play that much anymore. And he was their main guy to go to. But now everyone else around him so much better that
when was Xerxes the main? Xerxes was
bro, y'all picked him up to be what he was starting for y'all for a minute, even through all the ups and downs.
We had Rasmus,
and that's
Rasmus?
But that's my point. I'm saying even
remember what you said about Rasmus?
Even this, I mean, razzle dazzle, razzle dazzle. No, but even this year, in the beginning of the year,
crazy, Mike. What are you alluding?
That's nuts.
What are you alluding to, Mike?
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like United, you know, they look a lot better, and they only have to play 1 game a week, so they're not getting max points every week. That's on them.
No, but I like the point you made. You were talking about, you know, the players he's been playing and he's been using, and these are all guys Amorim wasn't even fucking with.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I was saying earlier. It just every game I look at Amorim like, what the doing?
It's not that hard,
every
bro.
game, because Maguire wasn't playing like that. Luke Shaw wasn't playing like that. Was Luke Shaw playing like that? No.
Luke Shaw wasn't playing.
Like
wasn't playing.
some of these guys were. Mano is a perfect example. Like he's just kept it simple, used the guys that have been there, and I feel like he's just getting the best out of them.
Yeah. United's doing. I mean, this is good for them. This is where they deserve to be.
Yeah.
You know, as a big club in England, in the world of football, they deserve to be back, and they deserve a competent manager at least.
The league
at
is
the very
very
least.
excited. Yeah.
At the very least. And then, you know, for my top 2, the reason I put City at 1 and Arsenal at 2 is we've been here before, man. And I know that we didn't look at January like as a huge January for any of our teams, but City did what they had to do. They went and they got a center back for the price tag they paid for Marguehi is criminal. I think they know the 112 is about to come down because they're doing whatever they want. It seems for little to nothing at all, because they got Semenyo and Gehi, who I think are 2 instrumental pieces that can not only clog up a lot of the issues that they had, but also change the dynamic of their team. Mm-hmm. This is a Semenyo who's come on and he scored 3 goals and 1 assist in 5 Premier League games. This is a Marguehi who hasn't super, you know, it's not like it's clean sheets back there, but the fact that they have another athletic, smart center back, it's like discipline, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where, okay, now Ruben Diaz doesn't have to be like super Ruben Diaz. He can just actually chill out and defend. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this City team, Pep always figures it out, you know, and whether or not we think this team is good enough, Pep figures it out. And on the flip side, Arteta tries to do too much, in my humble opinion. He just tries to do too much, man. It's like we've seen the last 2-3 years play out very, very similarly, whether Arsenal's on top or whether they're chasing. When it comes down to this point in the season, we all say by March, if Arsenal has a X gap point lead, they should be straight. Yeah. And here we are in February when we're looking at, damn, it might be 2 points by the end of the week.
Yeah.
And that's the part to me that I don't want to like understated or overlooked, but it's like, bro, Arteta does too much, and there's a such thing as mental fatigue, bro. Like this is a team that 2, 3, 4 years in a row now have gotten to this precipice, but they know that City's on their back. They know that City's starting to tighten up, and they start to slip. And for a manager, you have to be able to manage all of those emotions, all those expectations in the room, and go out and week in, week out deliver results. Today, I mean, I ain't trying to harp on it, but today was bad, man.
Yeah.
And the fact that this type of loss happens in a week where they play 2 Premier League games. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those where, like, all right, we go beat Wolves, and then we look forward to the North London derby, and it's like, bro, this Tottenham team is trash, but they're a team that can go and spoil really, really quickly. So
City
it's like,
saw it 2 weeks
for
ago.
me, like, Arteta has to go into a week like this knowing what's at stake, and today's match shows me that I don't know what's going on, but this is not mental fortitude, bro. Like, you need to be strong in these moments. We'll see how he does this weekend. You know, by the time this comes out, the game will have been played already. But for me, it's just like, bro, Arteta, I can't trust you. If I look at my manager and I can trust this guy to do certain things after 6, 7 weeks, bro, you should have the utmost confidence that you can go on a week where things matter, like this week, and get results. And now, if I'm in a team, I'm looking at Buddy like,
I was telling
with a side eye, bro.
No more gimmicks.
Yeah, it's like all the gimmicks, the honeymoon phase been gone. All the gimmicks now we looking at you sideways like, whoa, okay, so it's not working because clearly you can't beat Wolves.
I was telling Selam, it's Eze had a good week. Why can't he keep playing? Like, what is it? Like, I get it. Everybody's trying to get on this Eze thing, but he had a good week. It was against Wigan. But he brings in Odegaard again. What did he do?
Odegaard didn't even play, Mike.
No. Oh, he played Saka at the 10 and then played Madueke on the wing. Why? He's like going out of the way to not play him, I feel like. You bring him in the second half, and I mean, he didn't really do much, but I feel like with the confidence he had in the previous game, just start him. Like, keep it going. But I don't know. Like you said, he just overthinks it. I feel like he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. He knows what he got. It just doesn't work.
It just gets tricky
it
just gets tricky at this point of the season because look, it's only 12 matches left in the Prem, right?
Yeah.
But you guys are in 4 competitions. Last year, I think y'all were only in 2 or 3 by this point. Because you were knocked out of the FA Cup. And I'm not sure if you were still in Carabao at this point last year, but y'all only had the 2 and y'all went as far as y'all could with the 2. Now it's 4. Now it's game management. Now it's like, there's so much more at stake this year, I feel like. And this is the year that you guys have the opportunity to go do the damn thing. And he's mucking it up, I think, even earlier. And that's the issue.
Earlier than usual.
And that's the issue. You know, I want you guys to go win things, but this manager doesn't. That's what he's showing me.
Or maybe he wants to so bad that he's overthinking.
It. It's one of the two, but at the end of the day, you have a lot. You have a lot at stake. You know, clearly you said you want a big one and a little one. You just have
double.
Yeah, that was big. We need Danny, cut that.
Leave it in, Paul.
But you said at the beginning of the year you expect a big trophy and a little trophy, and at this point, I mean, I hope you guys go far in Champions League, but you need to focus on the league, and I don't know, man. I got City. I got Pep. At the end of the day, I have to go with what I know.
Pep is the bottom line. As long as he's here, they have a chance.
Okay.
Shout out to Pep, man. Speaking of real, like issues going on in the world as well too. So
yeah,
much respect to him. I like Arteta though. I'm not gonna lie. Every season, I'm starting to like him even more. It's just in the beginning, like do you remember the one video, the All or Nothing? I felt like really did.
It just didn't help.
Remember, he was like,
that
guys,
video?
He said, guys,
oh my god,
I want to have a good night with you. You remember that? And it was a great story. How he met his wife and in the club, you know what I'm saying, in the club, and he had to persist. You have to try, press. No, man, I like it. I think that those are all good predictions on our part. I think like we share some similarities, definitely with the teams that are going down.
Yeah.
But more or less, I think all of our top sixes were the same. Obviously, just people in different spots. But before we close out, I just wanted to take 30 seconds, each person. MLS starts this weekend. I wanted to get your guys' player of the season or team we should look out for.
San Diego. San Diego is a team to look out for. You saw what they did year one. I can only imagine what they're going to do in year two. This is a team. Don't be surprised if they win a cup this year.
I'll go San Jose. It's
The Earthquakes.
It's a hipster pick. Timo, man. I feel like him in the MLS will be a different story. I just can't. I can see him banging goals in the MLS. So for me, San Jose, watch out, Timo. I know a lot of people are not rating the move. I saw a video with the keeper. I forgot his name. The U.S. keeper. Tim Howard on his podcast, and he was like, "Oh, Timo is." Yeah, he was saying some things. I'm like, damn, okay, but I believe, man. I like Timo, man. He was my guy. So San Jose, man, y'all got something.
Bratwurst boys. I'll go. I think Minnesota. You know that James move was big for them, and you know this Minnesota. This Minnesota team, they were all right last year. You know they lost Tanny in the middle of the year. He got his move to Europe, but this was a team that was top 3, top 4 in the Western Conference pretty much all year. I still, I think with a guy like James, it's good to have him just kind of unlock these guys. He doesn't have to do too much. He could just be in the middle and be the facilitator. So I think that's a team to look out for in the West and in the league.
Because you go on also to James in MLS. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, my players to look out for are obviously going to be probably one or two of the biggest stars in the league. No, I'm not going Cincinnati. I'm going to go Dennis Bwinga and Son. Combined last year, guess how many goal contributions both of them had?
Combined?
Well, Boenga went off. He probably had like
65.
25, and then Son came late, but he probably had a good like 15, like
Yeah,
40,
Son-
40.
Son had 15.
Oh, okay.
Son had 15 and 13 appearances. Denny Bwanga had 26 goals, 8 assists. So they right under 50.
Jeez. Yeah. I was saying like 40,
I think
40.
That's a
that
good
it's not out of the realm of like it's not crazy that they hit like 75, 80, I think.
Full season.
That team starts and stops with them.
Yeah.
And boy,
Didn't they get a new manager?
yeah, and hopefully he can shore up that back line because they were scoring. Every game was just 3-4. But no, that's a good shout. Obviously, Cincinnati will finish above Columbus this year. But to close out, I just wanted to shout out a few people. My guys, this is our last session of this season, first season here at the Sycamore Podcast Studio. If you guys are in Columbus, pull up to the Sycamore Studio here in Columbus. If you're a podcaster, content creator, whatever the case may be.
Music, artists, anything, man. They have a whole
They got
fat
the
studio
room,
in the back. You can bring a
Yeah.
car full 30 dancers.
They got
Feel me?
snacks.
whole lot of
Yeah,
dances.
Yeah.
I'll
Feel
bring
me?
them
You can bring
everywhere.
everything in
I'm
here,
MC
man.
him.
They got snacks. They got drinks. Daniel,
Love.
they got Daniel here. Shout out to Daniel,
Shout out
Steve, Gina,
man.
all you
Yeah,
guys.
here too.
Shout out to 4Pro for providing us the video
breakdown.
video breakdown, individual
Absolutely.
tactical sessions and analysis. Tap in with them. And as always, we appreciate your continued support. And thank you for kicking it with us on the Kickback.
Yes, sir.